Residents in Montgomery will join thousands across the U.S. in a candlelight vigil to end human detention camps. I'm Mandy McQueen, and I'll have that story coming up.
Hey, Daryl, we have been following this operation all day and have had a crew here as well nonstop. Now you can see that same Macon County Sheriff's Office SUV.
We're recognizing another first responder that goes above and beyond. I'm Jalea Brooks. I'll introduce you to a deserving firefighter from Pike Road next.
Summer practices are heating up and coaches are working hard to keep their players safe. I'm Mandy McQueen, and I'll have that story coming up.
Another benefit of this park is that it will connect to existing ball fields just through these woods, giving those ball fields a second exit in case of an emergency.
Emergency officials tell me it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. I'm Jalea Brooks. I'll tell you why EMA officials here are preparing to respond to natural disasters in Montgomery next.
And both bodies have been taken to the Elmore County Coroner's Office for an autopsy, which is standard.
Conway tells me that they expect that work to be done by Wednesday. He also says that the city has a long list of roads that they have to repave.
Well, it's that time of year again where the peaches are in full bloom. I talked to one local farmer about this year's crop. I'm Mandy McQueen, and I'll have that story coming up.
For 3 days, jury members heard testimony and saw numerous crime scene photos. And for 2 hours, the jury deliberated before re-entering this courtroom and announcing its unanimous decision.
A warning from law enforcement about the dangers of drunk and distracted driving this 4th of July holiday. I'm Andrew James, and I'll have more next.
Heavy police presence all around the gas station. There's so many people here on the backside of tape. Just to explain a little bit of the scene.
This is our Zoo to Go van, and it's empty right now, but we need everything from paper to pencils to crayons.
I've also got the general manager with me, Mike Murphy, to talk a little bit about that. I wasn't here, but I saw the pictures. It was a great crowd for the 4th of July. Is it normally that crowded?
Yeah, 4th of July is normally one of our biggest nights. Last night we had over 7,100 people in the ballpark, which is a fantastic crowd. And it seemed like everybody had a great time enjoying the Max Fireworks Show at the end of the night.
To renovate a lot of things, talk very briefly about that and kind of what the plan there is for the rest of the school year.
Well, first of all, the first thing you notice if you drive up to the George Washington campus is the athletic facilities that are being worked on right now.
And these are some of the types of issues that we're seeing at Sidney Lanier High School. This classroom now unusable. They tell me it's all been caused by a leaky roof. Sidney Lanier High School's facade will stop you in your tracks. There's a reason it's called the castle. But some things inside the building may stop you in your tracks too, and for all the wrong reasons.
We could very easily spend $200 million or more to get us where we need to be.
And that's across the entire school system. Chad Anderson is the executive director of operations for MPS. He's responsible for school maintenance and figuring out how to pay for a long list of needs.
If we get more money or we don't, we're going to tackle it as quickly as we can. It's just with more money we can take bigger bites out of things.
Anderson says around 30 of the 52 school roofs need to be replaced, and Sidney Lanier is at the top of that list. There are classrooms like this one that are completely unusable because the roof has been leaking for years.
The biggies like Lanier, Jeff Davis, those big schools that are in that upwards of $1.5 million to $2.5 million. Those are things that we don't have the funding for.
And that is just the beginning. Anderson tells me smaller roofing projects will cost at least $200,000, and every year it's not addressed, the price only goes up.
If a roof costs $600,000 this year, next year you can add another 3 to 4% to that, and so on and so forth, just for an estimated average.
And when you step into Lanier's auditorium,
It's really hot up there.
the heat hits you quick. Most days you'll find all windows in the school open because of ongoing AC issues, and on a 100-degree day in August or September, there's not much relief.
We just want a better place for our kids. I mean, we want our kids to come into a nice, clean, freshly painted area that looks decent and appropriate for education.
But even in these conditions, school board president Claire Wheel says she is most impressed with the work happening at the school.
Here at Lanier, I know they are doing some wonderful things, even in bad conditions. We want these conditions to be fixed so they have as bright a school, as bright as their student body is.
She points to things like murals painted by students in the cafeteria, renovated areas like this new bathroom, and classroom achievement as things to be proud of and rally behind. But she wants the community to realize that these problems won't just fix themselves.
There is a need out there for an increase in funds to get these simple things done.
And ensures me that they know exactly what the problems are but are unable to solve them with funding as it is now.
I think that if the community sees that we care, hopefully they will care too. This is everybody's business, and we're going to need the public to help us get the funds to fix these things.
Alabama News Network photojournalist Jasmyne Towns captured the action.
Oh, art is so important. It's a way to express yourself in any form or fashion. It's a way to give yourself a voice without having to say anything. Thursday morning rain is falling.
Art is a way of life to me. I'm self-taught. It just gives you the freedom to be creative and express yourself and do what you love to do every day, and there's not really much more that you can ask for.
I think it's a really good way to kind of get stress out, you know? You kind of focus all your energy, and it's, even if I'm behind a machine that's spinning a piece of wood really fast, it's still kind of meditative.
Well, because it's not my full-time job, it's a way for me to kind of decompress after I've been at work all day. Come and rest your bones with me.
Oh, this piece represents the little girls that I grew up with, the ones that played hopscotch, double dutch.
This is a piece of alcohol ink that I dripped into a mold into art resin, and it makes a great coaster. Still together, and maybe
Lions are by far my favorite animal, so this is one that I did a couple years ago actually. And it started out, he didn't have a crown when I first painted him, and after a Disney World trip with my family, I came back and gave him a crown.
I hope that they see that there's a lot of creative people in the town that they live in.
You never really see how much art and other artists there are in Montgomery and the surrounding area until you come to something like this, and then you get to see it.
On Sunday morning, I never want to leave.
Toys, toys, and more toys. It's time to move them out and get them ready for Christmas. Alabama News Network and our sponsors spent the morning packing every doll, ball, playset, and bicycle.
We fill that room up. There's tons of bikes and things here. Our office had 2 loads, and so it's a success. There's going to be kids opening gifts in the morning, maybe for the first time ever.
Many of our sponsors have been a part of the Magical Christmas Toy Drive from the beginning.
We want to be a part this year. Nothing's greater on Christmas morning to see kids with a big smile. We've all been blessed. Our customers continue to show their love and how much they appreciate sponsoring the event with us, and just glad to have a good time being here.
For others, it's about creating a strong community.
Well, at Health Star, our mission statement is to make Montgomery better, stronger, and healthier. And we couldn't think of a better way to do that and strengthen our community than to be able to share with the community to make those that are less fortunate have a little better season.
Once the toys were packed, they were then loaded into the Motivated Movers truck.
We want to show people that we're not just movers, that we also like giving back to the community and helping out the younger kids, setting the example, being role models for them.
In the end, the truck was full, the toy vault was empty, and much anticipation was in the air for the smiles that the toys are sure to bring.
Well, we're excited. We have over 1,100 children that we've adopted, and so it's because of the generosity of the community that we're able to fill those baskets with toys and clothes and goodies for children who are less fortunate and are not able to have a nice Christmas.